lots of exciting news, so you got a lot of note taking.
All good.
You ready? Okay. So, welcome to the meeting for July 21st for the Lake County Artisans group. Here we have a new member that has come to introduce herself and bring some of her goods to show. So I'm going to open up with you introducing yourself. This gentleman here, let's introduce him first.
Kurt Lidke, senior reporter from the Lake County Examiner newspaper. We film these and a lot of other meetings because Lake County doesn't have a public access channel. We feel like when there's meetings, whether it be town council or clubs or whatnot, people can't attend for whatever reason. It's nice to have a recording of it that they can go onto YouTube and catch it and follow up afterwards to kind of get a sense of what's going on. So we have these meetings, county commissioners, ESD, health board, CHIP meetings, town council meetings, a little bit of everything. We try to film them and post the footage as is.
So we'd like to introduce Maria. I know you kind of already introduced yourself, but let's go ahead and just welcome you to Lakeview officially with the newspaper and what have you, and welcome to the Lake County Artisans group.
Thank you.
Go ahead, go ahead and tell us about yourself and what you do again. That was just practice.
Okay, my name is Maria, surname Otero, and I am 21, and I just moved here 2 weeks ago from Phoenix, Arizona, where I spent all of my life, and I studied ASU, pre-med sciences, and then fibers and metals, and I don't really know what else to say. I enjoy reading, and I did a lot of, I don't know if any of you guys know what it is, but it's called slam poetry. You know what slam poetry, yeah. And me and my friends, we actually hosted the Phoenix Slam at this artist co-op where I lived for a while called the Firehouse.
Been there many times.
You've been there?
Yeah, well, I went to college in Arizona.
Oh, neat.
So I love the Firehouse. It's a cool place.
Well, it's shutting down.
Sure.
The state finally sort of stepped in and took over. So it was just a crazy madhouse for a while, but I lived there for a little bit and it was fun. And let's see.
They do an incredible national championship pre-party when University of Oregon played down there in Phoenix a couple of years ago. A bunch of former players showed up, and it was definitely a madhouse at the Firehouse.
Yeah. So did you know Michael 23, or Joanna?
Yeah.
So Maria, would you like to show everybody what you have to show?
Well, I only brought what I'm working on. Usually what I'm wearing is stuff that I've made. So these are copper bracelets that I make, and I use a basket weaving technique to adhere the fiber to the metal. And then I do like acid etched cups and silver smithing with stones. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Nice.
But something I've been doing since I moved here was I've been walking the canal a lot, and I get leaves from there and take the leaves and paint on this PMC, which is silver that's like silver dust that has binders in it to make it clay, and then you torch fire it and the binders are burned away and you're left with just fine silver. So I've been making leaves out of that.
Cool.
So it's just fun. So that's it. Yeah.
Dude, you can give the jewelry
That
store
one's a
one for
quickie
the money.
Aspen. That one's a quickie Aspen.
The only thing I'll do at the jewelry store here is get stuff clean.
I really have a logical science mind, but at the same time I'm pagan, so that's that's interesting. But I like the science of things, and so a lot of my artwork is nature inspired.
You can give the jewelry store a good run for their money then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
hopefully.
nature.
It's just like a real one.
Well, welcome to here, and we're really looking forward to seeing what you come about. I know my husband is excited. His vast amount of turquoise is just in my kitchen, and I can't wait to see it get out of there. I like the look of it. It's my favorite color, but it needs to be set. So I'm really looking forward to you guys getting together to meet. And next we have Joni.
Oh, well. Yeah, I basically string beads. I do a little bit of, That's basically what I do.
It's so fun.
It is. I use natural stones and crystals, and I don't use any plastics. And I try to be inspired by the colors that you find in nature, like a flower. You'll have like 6 or 7 colors in a flower, and that's how I get my color combinations. And I've been doing it about 10 years.
This is very popular here in town. Everybody knows Joni for her jewelry. In fact, I think half of Lakeview's got it on them.
I always set to my wedding.
There you go.
Yay.
I wear green barrier earrings.
Gotta get a picture.
There you go. So next, let's introduce the Bonnie and Clyde group here.
We are the local tie-dye people. We tie-dye because it's a blast. We have a lot of fun doing it. Our daughter and our niece usually help us. We're getting ready to launch our website in about 3 days. And we want to branch out into doing some other stuff, making candles and homemade stuff. I make cakes and stuff, so we're trying to branch out into other things. These are tie-dyes we did ourselves. Hey, Kit Kat, you want to show yours? Show everybody your tie-dye.
Colors. Nice.
All our dyes are permanent. They don't wash out, they don't fade. We use professional fiber-reactive dyes, which means the molecules of the dye will attach to the molecules of the fiber in the shirt, making them permanent, and they're even safe for children. Babies can wear them. That's pretty much what we do.
Didn't catch your names.
Monty and Shauna Dye.
Your names are Di?
Dial.
Oh, Di. kind of on the nose.
Good word.
Okay, I'm Lisa Ackerman. I do hats.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I shape hats. I don't make the body of the hat. I buy the body blank and then I shape for all my customers. I'm a traveling vendor, so most weekends I'm gone somewhere to an event. I travel as far south as Bakersfield and up into Oregon and into Nevada wide. That's kind of my territory. So that's my full-time gig.
The wonderful thing about Lisa is she doesn't know there's a club starting around here. It's got our hats on. I've got my husband wearing one, and he had to take pictures and send it down to California. And he's all proud to wear his hat. Won't go out of the house, go fishing without it.
Hey, well, as I said on that post, life is better under a hat.
Yeah, and especially because he's a redhead, so
Yeah.
he really wants some coverage.
Yeah.
And next we have Robert, who is an artist.
I don't do anything special,
Yes.
I just move stuff in
Don't
your
undersell
hats.
yourself.
Well, hey, thank you for moving things.
He doesn't have it, and he's shy about it, but he showed me some of his artwork, and it is pretty detailed drawings, and I'm hoping to get him going shortly, because he's incredible, so.
Cool.
I can brag on it. He's my right hand man over at Curiosity Corner, always helping me. He's always there, a very reliable guy, but very talented too, and many talents. And so it's there, it's on record how great you are there, Robert.
And he's always got a smile.
Yes, he does. Looks good in her hats too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any poor guy that when the hats are over at the shop and he's there, and I don't know if any poor lucky soul can walk away without them telling they gotta have one of Lisa's hats. Quite the promoter. and such. So we are in the Heryford building. Anna was away today. She's in Bend conducting business. She's sorry she couldn't be here, but she will be here next time. She's promoting Talk Fusion, something that I am going to be using along with launching a website. So I guess it's time to tell you a few things of what's going on with good old-fashioned Curiosity Corner. As you well know, I had some difficulties with the building that I'm in. I'm not going to get into detail. I don't think it needs to be extremely detailed or publicly known. However, because of the type of gyms and what that we were getting ready to bring in, we needed a more secured building. My husband has been working day and night on cutting several different stones, turquoise, jade, all kinds of things, opal, tourmaline, obsidian, you name it, he's been on it. My house is like a Willy Wonka rock factory right now. Between the bath bombs, which have become an incredible hit, I think I sold 50 of them today to one gal for a big party, and she loved them, and people are enjoying them, and we're going to go further with those as well. So my new locations, and I waited for this meeting to announce it, I'm going to be joining the Heryford building. I'm going to be moving right here. I believe it's 18F Street. And it's still considered a corner. There's an alleyway, but it's still considered a corner. So Curiosity Corner doesn't need to change its name to Mystery Middle or anything like that. We got a corner, and even though it seems smaller than our other shop, it's greater because it's secure. I'm going to be able to bring in high-end gems. And now that Maria is in town, we're hoping to do some work with her. My husband's very excited because we love young talent, something new, something different. And we're hoping to put together some great things and promote her as well with all our hard schooling, let it pay off. And I'm really excited to get all the rocks out of my kitchen. and the bath bombs. It smells great, but I can't cook in here. So all the local restaurants really like me right now. I've been eating out too much. But one of the questions I posed on the Lake County Artisans Facebook page was, hey, how about a middle of the week kind of a vendor event? We have Saturday market. We all go to different shows. Everybody try, like the Paisley event's coming up, the Mosquito Festival. There's a lot of people going out there. And then, like I said, the Saturday market's going. We have a lot of people in town that attend church that can't do these things because the part of their practice is that they don't do anything on Saturday. So they miss out on a lot of things. Also, the ranchers live very far out. They have to get up in the morning and feed the chickens and the cows and what have you, especially in this heat. And their responsibilities do not allow them to get in town much, and if they do, it's late afternoon. So I have been thinking about, well, here we have all these tourists walking around. I see them over at Mario's. I see them eating, and they have come into the store when I'm there late. It may be one or two, but just being able to take something home from Lakeview was just great for them. It also gave them something to do. So I was thinking, okay, we got these hot summer months. People can't always come out on Saturday. There's several things going on Saturday and Sunday all the time. We can only be spread so thin, so I thought, let's do something during the week. And let's do it evening hours so that people working during the week can come on out. So today, I was happy to walk in and I talked to the branch manager over at US Bank because I often see car washes going there on Saturdays. And I inquired and asked what I would have to do to get us out on the main road because I saw how Napa did the rummage sale and they got a lot of business for that rummage sale. And a lot of people, they're going to pull over, they need a break to walk if they're traveling, but locals and whatever, they saw it. It was out there, out on the main boulevard, right here for all to see. So, and we have a Safeway parking lot and everything. So I just inquired to US Bank and they said, we are more than happy. We just need to know 2 weeks in advance so that we can let corporate know what's going on and make sure that everybody understands their obligations and making sure things are cleaned up. And that you're responsible for your own health and safety and what have you. So I started that ball rolling today. The exciting news is they will not charge us. Okay, which is always a big thing for people that are trying to be vendors and sell their goods. No charge, I like that. It's not only gonna promote people to come from out of town, the tourists have something to do, something more to offer when you come to Lakeview. The locals, the ranchers, it's all around a good plan. One of the important things though that I need to express to everyone who decides they want to attend is that we need to be responsible to keep it clean and picked up. If we're gonna be allowed to have an event that's free, we need to make sure that we all take care of our areas, whether we drop the paper or not. And I'd like to talk to you tonight about what kind of date during the week would be suitable for us to start something like this. We have all these summer months, and I'd like to see how it goes. If it goes well and we continue to get the permission from US Bank, we might be able to have this a weekly event. Wouldn't that be something? So people can go to the Saturday market and they can go during the week. And that will help our locals who live far away. It will help the people that go to church on Saturdays. It'll help a lot of people, and it will give tourism something to do and add to our community and keep the money flowing in Lakeview. It's kind of nice to be able to walk around after you eat and go walk around and the vendors and pick up something. And I'll work on trying to figure out costs and advertising. You know, if it got to the point where we could put something in a pot to pay for advertising. I know that Lake County Examiner's been fantastic about having the website, and Chamber of Commerce, we can promote it that way. We each have Facebook pages, you can promote it that way. I'll put flyers out. Everybody knows I'm not exactly a quiet person. You know, I'll do what I can to promote, but what do you guys think of this idea?
Well, I'll talk first. I think it's a good idea. But I also think to start, it's a good idea to be conservative. Because if to start this thing, and this is not negative, I'm a pragmatist and a realist, and I've been vending a long time. So to have it happen every week, it's probably gonna be overkill. I think maybe every other week is probably a better plan to start.
Well, sure, that's what I
Yeah.
mean, is like start it and see, you know, where it goes, what happens.
Right, and it's gotta happen more than once to kind of know if it's going to
Exactly.
take off. But, I mean, if you could get a couple in August, just to see what kind of response happens, then you might be able to do one in September, but the weather gets crappy.
Yeah,
And so then next summer, you can start with a plan for June, July, and August, and have something solid to deal with. But it is about getting your feet wet. And I know you said that the parking lot isn't available until 6 o'clock.
that's correct, after
So
banking
it's
hours.
gonna be like 6 to dark, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Which might limit some vendors coming out, or they, you know, because I can't do it. I cannot set up my whole setup for 2.5 hours. That would be insane. I'd probably sell 3 gas, it's nuts.
Now, so a question I might have is, trying it there, and if we could find something similar to that, where we could start at an earlier time, because the reason, they have banking, so if we
Right.
found something on this area that keeps it on the main highway, I haven't talked to who owns the parking lot at Safeway or anything about that, or what we can or cannot do. I know there's cars for sale all the time out there. I don't know if they would have a problem, but like I said, this is something that just came to mind at 1 o'clock in the morning last night when I posted it, and then I just got going on it this morning.
What about the courthouse lawn?
And I need to find out what all the,
'Cause they hold events on there from time to time.
That would be
They'll
great.
hold 9/11 remembrance events, and they'll hold different memorial events, so why not be able to use an open grass space for something like this?
and
That would
I'd
be
have to
something
find out
count.
who to talk to in regards to that. You might know better than me, but I'll go do some inquiries. And that's a great place too. The reason why I was thinking there is everybody goes to Safeway. It's right by all these places that people eat. And, you know, I mean, a lot of tourism do go over and take pictures of the courthouse. But, so I mean, just throwing it out there, would you guys like to try the US Bank first and go from there and see what other, opportunities we may have to do this? Does this sound like something? I heard from Lisa, you guys, Jody,
We're more than willing to set up down there.
how do you feel, Jody?
I think it's a great idea, but set up and take down for 3 hours I'm with her. Cause it takes me 2.5 hours to get everything up,
Okay,
and if I can't start till 6.
so so maybe on a small scale at US Bank, do something and then, or we don't even have to go there. We could actually, that was just an idea that they opened up, but before we start this, maybe try and find a more established place that people will know. So I guess I can start talking to the different spaces, the courthouse, Safeway, what have you. I imagine Napa won't be up because they're open as well. They need their parking lot. That's why they had that on Sunday. So,
I'm gonna doubt that Safeway Jerry's is gonna allow anything, because I'm thinking the Saturday market would happen there if they, I mean, I don't know facts, but it's
Yeah.
just my guess. I've never seen anything happen there, and I'm guessing that's a no.
Well, they do allow the fireworks stand. That
They
would
do
that'd be
the
the one
fireworks stand.
exception.
They might
Yeah.
have their own insurance though, and it might be an insurance issue.
Right, and the courthouse also, because that's city property, might require liability insurance for the vendors to have their own. Now, because I've been doing this a long time, there is a place where liability liability insurance is available for $39 for a 1 to 3 day event, and that is really cheap.
that's fantastic.
That's for each event?
Per event,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
So 1 to 3, or you can pay more for, like up to 90 day deal. It's ACT insurance.
Acton's.
Yeah, ACT insurance. But for one event, $39,
Yeah, that's great.
yes.
So like I said, this is just the start of finding out information. Obviously, I need to do my homework. I just happened to ask them. And one thing that is fantastic about US Bank is that they have started a thing where they like to promote a business per month. And I asked them, what about a vendor? You know, here local, any local folks that want to have, for the month, they will host a business of any sort from here a month. And that means that they're not liable for your products they're not selling, but they don't mind you having a little display in their bank and putting your cards there. Another way of promoting yourself. And they don't charge, obvious. So I truly believe to be noticed, you gotta get noticed. And so any way that you can put yourself out there, whether you wanna pay for advertising, whether it's flyers, Facebook, Twitter, any way that you can. And for example, Monty and Shauna have been out in front of the shop continuously, the only day they took off was yesterday. Did they make a lot of money? I don't know, but what they did was is they got contacts. People know who they are. They do special orders. That's advertising, and then I will take pictures and, you know, wherever I'm at, anybody wants to set it, I don't have a problem with that. If it's getting you out there and getting you known, that's the key. Today I was in the bank and a gal asked, do I know anybody that does silversmith? I go, as a matter of fact, I do. She's coming here. So there's a big calling for that. I mean, for an oddball town that you're not used to, especially coming from Phoenix, there's a lot of people looking for that.
I
And
figured, because we're still sort of in the West a little bit, and it's really popular in Arizona.
oh yeah,
There's a lot of,
It is, amongst the cowboys and ranchers it is too. So there are quite a few silversmiths that do Western style. I mean, I see a lot of these people at events, so. But you're kind of going in a different direction, which is gonna set you apart from, yeah.
just having the variety, and not everybody wants this. Everybody wants that. One thing I've learned is that you may like it, but somebody doesn't, or vice versa.
yeah. I mean, I can do Western style and for customs and stuff, but for somebody who grew up in everybody's house is Western that you go to, and I don't know. I think in college at least at ASU, it was like really, you know, conceptual art is just the one thing that they're sort of pushing on all the artists. So.
Yeah, so as far as the bank lot goes, I mean, this is all hypothetical, a vendor could just put out a small table
Right,
with
right.
a reduced display, because
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
in that short of time, there are only gonna be so many people walk through, so.
And
I
as
mean,
far as the name, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay, go ahead.
If there's, if anybody has a generator or we have power, we can set up lights easily
That's true.
when it starts getting darker.
I can get it in really quick.
So you
Floodlights.
could go into 9 o'clock, or 9:30, if there's enough traffic to.
That's just it, and you don't have traffic.
And it's just around dinner time, if there's like the Mexican food truck wants to pull up or something,
Well, the Mexican food truck sits right there.
right there, yeah.
And so it's just kind of, and I'm thinking, okay, people come off work, they go to Safeway, or they go eat, let's walk over and see what's going on. And it's a good way too, if you do a smaller level booth, you can say, by the way, you could come see me on Saturday if you're available, I'm at Saturday Market. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be at this event. Or by the way, I'm in this shop.
So it could be like a best sellers thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I was even thinking about a Friday evening, because I think there's more traffic on Friday evening. A lot of people go to the bank on Friday when they get paid.
Right.
They come in town. Friday is probably the biggest dinner night of all the dinner houses. So,
Now with that,
that's just the
they're
thought.
open till 6, so we would start setting up. So it would definitely have to be going a lot past, I mean, we don't even get dark until 9.
You get the post-dinner crowd, and
Yeah.
you might even get a few of the drunks from the Indian village.
Oh, there you go.
Drunk people love to spend money.
Hey, I'm telling you, I've been to a lot of events, and when they start drinking.
Well, I
they'll
mean,
spend
I
money.
hate to admit it, the last event we had on 4th of July, and I walked down, and there were some people at the Eagles Nest, and it happened to be the bull riders. So come on down, and I didn't know that there was gonna be 20 of them. Robert was there, and he's like, like, what'd you do? You know? And they came in, and they bought stuff.
Yeah, that was cool.
The funny thing is they bought a lot of crosses. I mean, you know.
I like the idea of a Friday though, because we can post on the bank there that, you know, starting at 6 in the parking lot. That way when they're coming in to cash their checks, they can see it and maybe
Yeah.
they'll stick around real quick, stop in just to see what's there because they're interested in it and they have money now.
Okay, so then you
I
got
like
Friday,
Friday too.
If
Friday
you-
nights.
If you are
Okay.
doing something on Fridays though, it'll work great for August, but if you want to try to establish a date and it starts going into September as soon as football season starts,
Yeah, that's.
Friday nights would be
Right.
dead.
True.
So
Well-
if you want to establish it, it'd be great up until that first home football game, and then after that point, you probably would not be getting a lot of people coming through. Even if it is still light out and still warm and there's still a possibility, I think you definitely see a sharp decline in attendance as a result of football games going on.
So what we could do is do Fridays and then we could either establish like a Thursday or we could do it on a Friday. Then come football season, we could change it to Thursday. What's cool about that, to give you a heads up, is a lot of people want flair for the football game. So selling the colors of Lakeview High School, in your arts and crafts, I get it all the time. Do you have orange and black Oregon? Do you have yellow and blue for Lakeview? Do you have this? Do you have that? You know, it's kind of a cool idea. The other thing too is, do you know what time the football game starts?
The JV games usually start at either 4 or 4:30, and the varsity games are usually 7 o'clock.
I really would like to find somewhere, like when football season, that's another thing, is like,
We'll be getting the final schedule from the school soon. Once we get that, we'll post on the online calendar.
okay.
And how long does the Saturday market just go through August?
No, it goes until the weather holds, which is
Okay.
usually in September.
Right, right.
I kinda like the idea of doing a month by month bid. You know, one month, like in August, we have it on a Friday, maybe the next month we do it on a Thursday or the Monday right after a payday. So they still have money from the weekend and it keeps people interested because they never really know what day it's gonna be. So they're constantly looking to see when it's gonna be.
And if we go that route, that means really, just like the mistake happened with the meeting tonight from last week, and if that is the case, then all of us need to take the initiative to make sure that we got the times, dates, and the day right, and advertise that day. To make sure that we check websites, that we check our dates, our calendars, keep it accurate, so that we can get it out to the public so that they don't have the wrong information. And I am sorry, I should have been a little bit more on top of it this month with the problem. I've been dealing with so much stuff with the business, but that won't be happening again. Like I said, this is a big weekend. We've got the big event, the classic car show, the Occupied E. The band, I guess, is starting at 5:30. Really hoping that, there's been a lot of work put in this. I'm hoping to make it the best one ever. I got canopies and I got all kinds of stuff I'm going out. So I'm leaving that corner with a bang. And then immediately following, I'm gonna be starting to set up there. I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. I am keeping some consignees and then some things I'm just going to have to limit on because of space. And what's hard is it's not personal, it's what space I have. What I am doing is like I said, I am going to be launching it worldwide. My goal is that I introduce you to the world, because come winter, when you can't do anything but a holiday show, or it's snowing, or it's this and it's dead, if I can work on this really hard the next 2 months before we get closer to winter and get this website going, maybe, and by the grace of God and some hard work, that people all over that's seen us here and the things that we do will go back and look at that page and order stuff, and we could ship it, you could ship it from you personally. It's just getting this started and getting a group. This is why we're meeting like this. As far as the next, so this is the deal. I'm gonna do some homework on everywhere we can go. I'll be calling you if you happen to know and hear anything.
My guess would be probably the first person to talk to for the courthouse would be Denise Thorstead.
Denise Thorson.
And if she's not the person, she can at least point you in the right direction.
Okay,
She's upstairs in the commissioners.
okay.
She's the commissioner's assistant.
I'll go there. Now, is this gonna have any cause or any problems with the Saturday market? That's the people that run it. Do you feel this will be causing an issue with them?
Something you should probably talk to them about, just to make them aware that you're doing this and to lay out up front, first and foremost, that you're trying to use it as a cross promotion between the two operations. Amanda O'Brien is the person who operates that you would need to talk to.
Okay,
You're better to get it out front to see what sort of ideas can be exchanged for, ideally the two can work side by side and cross promote each other for the people who maybe can't attend one and would want to attend the other, or they may have some vendors who may also want to participate in a midweek event, yeah.
So, what just popped into my head, you might want to, well, I don't wanna say be restrictive, but be a little bit restrictive about the vendors that do come, because I think this is a situation where it would not be appropriate to have the junk vendor show up.
Right.
right.
Because
So,
that changes the whole face of the person who is creating a product.
However, this is the artisans, this is like.
now that's the
County
other thing, we
artisans.
can keep it under the Lake County Artisans, street fair.
Right. And then it's what you make personal. It's not
And
what you
that
make.
is something too, so we need to, good point, Lisa, we need to make some guidelines. And,
I think to see if there's an interest out there for a weeknight thing, we should try to grab US Bank parking lot for August.
okay,
Yeah,
Just to
because
see
it's
if
already
there's.
nailed down.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and time, half the summer's gone already. So just to see if there's an interest, we should pick out our 2 dates in August and just
Okay.
go for it.
then, because they need a 2 weeks advance, let's set some dates and I'll go let them know. Would, anybody got a calendar on hand if they
Yeah.
wanna set the dates?
Why the calendar?
So are we gonna shoot for a Friday then, are we all in agreement, or what about you, Lisa, do you have big events going on in August?
Well, I'm,
Here's the other thing, folks, we got Burning Man coming.
Whoa. You mean right now through the door?
No, for August, Burning Man
Okay.
starts.
I know, I just heard somebody yelling.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry,
So-
I'm having a blonde moment.
okay, so the burners will be traveling through, and Friday would be a good day to catch them.
Okay,
They're gonna be traveling through, the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, because Burning Man opens the 28th. I mean, there are early birds who go to set up big camps and big art stuff,
right,
but the bulk of the traffic is gonna be the 25th through the 28th.
so we wanna, so is the 25th a Friday?
That's a Thursday, so the 26th.
Okay, so
You know,
August,
people get off work on Friday, their car's packed, they hit the road,
okay.
yeah.
So you had mentioned it's better to start to grab this particular crowd as they're coming home. Because they're packed, their loads are filled.
Yeah, so, you're gonna be right in this location.
Right,
So if a couple of vendors are available to put a table out
yeah,
in front of your store when they're on the Exodus, as it's called, which will be so the man burns on the 3rd. And not everyone stays for the man burning, but so the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, that's the Labor Day weekend. That's also when Roundup is going on.
okay,
That's when you're gonna get a lot of Burning Man traffic.
okay. So should we, so let's try for the closest date in August, it's 2 weeks from now.
So that's the 5th.
Okay, so do you guys, let's see, they need 2 weeks. So how does the 5th sound, or do you wanna start this the following?
Well, I won't be here. I mean, like I said, I can't set up my whole setup.
Yeah, I
can
understand.
bring a few hats,
Yeah,
yeah. So I will be here on the 5th.
okay,
I will be here on the 12th. I will,
Maybe the 12th is a better,
I will be on the 5th.
huh?
I will be on the 5th.
Let's go for the next weekend, how about
which is the 12th.
August 12th? And then the second one we wanna aim for would be the 26th, or do you wanna aim for the 3rd?
well, I won't be here on the 26th because I'll be in Cedarville
Okay,
because that's where I catch the burners.
okay.
So,
So maybe we should do what do you guys think about doing the 3rd?
The second
Is the 3rd a Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
Okay, so
well,
this,
okay, that is Roundup weekend, so you might want to check with
Right.
the bank.
okay,
Because where do the Lions set up?
The Knights of Columbus set up their burger stand
They
right
got their-
just outside the
right.
bank's entrance, and that usually runs till 4 a.m.
Yeah, and then they do the Lions breakfast at,
Is
is it the Washington Federal
seven?
parking lot?
Yeah, I can't remember where they do that, but yeah, that's.
how about we
That's a
go
good
for
point.
August 12th and August 26th?
I think that sounds good.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
I'm gonna start setting up,
Yeah,
and then go until the lights on.
go
Whatever
until the
time
lights
that is.
go on,
Okay.
and I was kinda looking at it, further, one thing that's nice is that we do have some buildings to help with the wind issue and what have you. So we are shooting for August 12th and August 26th.
Okay.
And so I will draft up a letter, and this is gonna be hosted by the Lake County Artisans.
Yes.
So do we wanna call it the Lake County Artisan Street Fair, art fair?
Sounds good.
Yeah, street fair or,
Street fair
street
sounds
fair or
good.
vendor fair, but street fair is probably
Street fair,
something that people can connect to.
okay, and I'll draw up a few things, and then I'm gonna run it through you guys, and I call you guys my spell checks. There's a guy over there. Well, maybe you should word it like this. So I'll try and write something in, and we'll need to get the word passed around. This whole next week, I'm gonna be out of Curiosity Corner by Monday night, and I will be going over here, hopefully opening the doors by Thursday or Friday on Move Fast.
Do you have a day that you need bodies to help carry?
And it's gonna be, you know what, to be honest with you, I'm gonna see how sales go this Sunday, and that'll be determining. I'm not gonna be carrying books, so I'm clearancing out my books, I'm clearancing out a lot of stuff. And so it's gonna be an interesting, hectic time, and also I'm redoing how I do business. There's gonna be more stricter, I have a more stricter program for consignings, and there's a lot of inventory that's coming through that has to be documented and pictures taken and everything for insurance, because we're going up high rent. The stones that my husband's been collecting stones for almost 25 years,
Wow.
and this is his dream, and he's finally just cutting away. And
When will vendors know if they're gonna be moving with you or not?
I've already been telling people, as far as vendors, I've already told them, I go, do you wanna come with me? Some people are actually moving out of state,
Oh,
and I've already been talking to them. I'm gonna be calling this whole week.
okay.
I'm letting everybody know, I'm making all those phone calls, is what I get to do. But I didn't wanna do anything until I had my rental agreement, which I'm getting
Right.
tomorrow. Everything's set in stone, and then I'm gonna say, do you wanna go this way? And I may need to cut down on some of the items. You can have a portion, it just depends on space.
Right.
Basically, I need to get in there when I do and see what room I have, and we can go from there. There's also still stuff at base camp. I don't know how they're doing out there. I put some bath bombs out there. I don't know how well they're doing. I know the barbecue sauce was doing good. I know that Andy Hogue is gonna be doing everybody's kind of going everywhere right now because this is your time to make money.
Right.
You gotta travel to get anywhere. And so there's that, and you know how I am, I'm always one to say, if you need to pick up your stuff for a show, pick it up. So basically, I'll have everything out of there Monday. I'll set up in there, and then at that point, what can fit and what cannot fit, I'll just simply call them and say, I have this amount of room. If you wanna pick up this, it's a matter of getting in there. And, I can look at something, but until I actually start moving stuff in there, I can't. Like, I'm gonna call my vendor that has the big tables and get them out. I just can't, they don't move. I'm gonna go to more, smaller things, not so intense. But, for example, finer metal guy, Kevin Ray, he does very fine art. Lisa has great stuff. You're definitely invited to come.
Okay.
Everybody loves you, and they come looking for you all the time. I mean, your stuff.
Well, I've got a competitor now.
She's gonna be doing a lot of stuff with Dan. We're
Right.
gonna be looking to. She has everything, but we hire her to do his.
Nice.
Yeah, and I sell a lot of stuff on Etsy, and I don't like to have items I have listed on Etsy and consignment, where
We're gonna be talking to her on
A lot
a
of my
different
business is
level.
online.
Like, we have a lot of people that need silversmithing for his turquoise.
Right.
That's where we're gonna be talking with her about. He would love to do it. He's old school. He learned in Mexico.
Nice.
So that's our avenue of business. There's hat. I actually been catting, working on it.
I know, I wanna see him.
Yeah, me too. I'm afraid to show. I'm getting that whole. I know what you guys are going through. I don't know if I
That
wanna show.
anxiety.
Yeah. It's kind of and a lot of it had to do with Lisa because I had a lot of people in those darn country western shows and been watching the music awards. I keep seeing these beautiful stems in their hat. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that looks really good. Why aren't we doing that? And so there's so much that you want to do. It's time, it's money, and it's having the resources. And so right now I'm concentrating on getting into the store and then going from there. And but I can't carry the furniture, obviously. I'm talking, so on a smaller level. But I'd probably be shot if I didn't have your stuff in there.
Well, you don't have to have as much.
Well, that's what I mean. Everything else be more of sections instead of spread all over the store.
Sometimes it's better not to have some, because if there's too much, people are still only gonna see.
Right.
And I had that happen today. I had a lady actually say, there's so much in here that
Yeah,
I can't, they're in a hurry, they're in a rush. Less is more, I've always heard it, and
yeah.
we'll go from there. So, anything you guys want to tell me, or any ideas that I can jot down and put on the thing, and I will be getting back to you as I find out information from each source. I will definitely one to go and ask questions. You probably won't hear anything until after I get moved. But I am gonna definitely go ahead and just set it in stone because they needed 2 weeks notice to call corporate. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for the 12th and 26th right away as of tomorrow.
Right, because you could cancel if something weird happens.
Right, exactly.
So Lake County Artisans Street Fair.
Yeah,
Sounds like it's something coming.
The 12th might be a good lead-in too, because that weekend there's a bunch of different large events taking place, which means there may be some people coming in from out of town. The Tour de Outback is going to happen the 13th and 14th, which means that there's going to be people from out of town coming in to bicycle on
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday. There's also a big cowboy poetry event up in Paisley, And there's the annual Christmas Valley Music and Car Show happening up in North Lake County on the 13th.
The junior rodeo.
And the Junior Rodeo is also happening then as well.
And the Lake County Horsemen are doing some, or no, that's the Queen deal
Yeah,
on
they're
Sunday.
doing the tryouts on the 14th.
Yeah.
So you may have people from out of town coming in with their kid to do tryout.
So,
So that weekend you may
That's a
have
good
some
idea.
people from out of town coming into the area.
Okay,
yeah.
so,
And another thing, I think that lot is probably big enough for 10 vendors. I doubt that there are gonna be 10 vendors.
Right.
right,
It would be nice to have a half a dozen,
sure.
because too few, it makes it look like a joke. But, hopefully some of these people who are no longer coming to this meeting, maybe you can twist their arm and say, listen, this is a free event,
Right.
bring a table with your stuff and.
Well,
Yeah, we won't need.
I've gotta get the word out and I gotta make some phone calls and definitely get some commitment. But first, I wanna go ahead and put that in with the bank, let them know about the 12th and 26th. My next stop is calling the gal from O'Brien about, and I believe I have her phone number. Also, I'm gonna talk to Chamber so that I can get everybody on board to know what our plan is. That this is the Lake County Artisans. I also want to formulate some type of guidelines that these need to be handmade items. This is not a antique store, it's
Right.
not a rummage sale. This is strictly arts and crafts put on by the Lake County Artisans.
Right.
And on that note, I also want to put forth that those who've been here, which is Lisa and you have been there, and you just newly came and Anna's here, that I am going to make sure that those who are interested in putting their items out, I am going to present it to you guys to make sure that it also is something that you feel is comfortable with as well, because if they're not people that attend here and we're presenting Lake County Artisans, we don't want to come out looking like a joke either. This is a representation of all of us as a team and what we can do, and we don't want it to look
Right.
incorrect. We don't want somebody coming out and selling something that is offensive, or anything can happen. I've seen practically everything, and anything more than likely will. So, I'm definitely, anybody that wants to do it, we'll go ahead and we wanna make sure that we know what exactly they're selling. You don't wanna bring somebody in and all of a sudden you're gonna see Nazi art, or something.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
That probably wouldn't go over too well, or what have you, what I mean? And
I'm just politically charged stuff right now. Trump shirts or
Oh, yeah,
Hillary
let's keep
Clinton
politics.
shirts.
Yes, please.
yeah.
I can probably get us a banner by the 26th. I can't commit before that because money is tight.
Right.
But I can commit to put out the money for a banner by the 26th.
Do you know the cost so that maybe we all can contribute to it?
Well, if I go through banners on the cheap, it starts at $10. So I'm hoping I can get it under 20.
Okay, I definitely will put money towards that.
Okay.
Sure.
We put out,
And I will too.
Cloth banner too, I could hand do one.
Now, see, now we got a tie-dye
that
thing.
might be even better.
I
Okay.
have some extra really long cloth.
And I have so much fabric at my house, my gosh, my
Yeah.
husband would be so happy.
If that would, because that would look better actually for the artisans.
I could do that, no problem.
Yeah.
They'll definitely want to get a sandwich board to put on the corner too, over by the Daily statue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could put it out in the morning on that Friday.
I don't, might give you one of the that buying signs and
You
stuff.
might want to talk to Susie Cahill. She used to have one next door for Honda Realty, but now that she's moved to the corner, she has a banner instead, so she no longer has use for her sandwich
And
board.
I also know that Robert, who's so quiet over there,
He can make
Oh,
one.
he could make one in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're easy to make. I mean, I sent mine to the dump though, so I don't have any left. I had 2 of them. But they're so heavy. I mean, you have to make them heavy.
Oh, right, so
It
they'll
doesn't
fall
roll,
over. Yeah.
and you don't want to bring them.
I got plenty of weights
With
if
you.
that's the case. I just tie some weights on, we're good.
Well, if you get particle boards, that's heavy.
I have so much stuff at my house right now that I probably could build a house. It might not be pretty, but Is that just-
lost one.
Yeah.
So somebody needs to be in charge of making or getting a sandwich board.
Probably make one for nothing.
Okay.
These two, they can put
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at Robert. Can you talk to Susie Cahill? See if she has one?
Well, no,
Before
actually,
we make one?
well, I don't know, if we got, I've got all that stuff at my house, we could put one together, and it could
Okay.
be, yeah, that way we're not,
The
Okay.
less money has to get spent
So you're
out,
gonna
the more
make
profit
it-
in everybody's pocket.
Yeah, and then it's just need somebody to paint it.
yeah,
And I'm all for bright fluorescent
Yeah.
with black lettering.
yep. Yep. So it sounds like we've got a mission here, folks, so I'm on it, I will type tonight, I'll get that over to the bank, and I'll start talking, and I'm
So
hoping.
we've got a banner and we've got a sandwich board.
Okay, so are you good with that, Robert? And I got plenty of junk at my house, and I know you can get a hold of stuff, so.
So before we start putting things all over Facebook, I think it would be good to have a confirmation from the bank.
Yes.
That's what I'm
And
gonna
as soon
do.
as you get that, then we can all start doing our Facebook.
Yes.
Right, it's not gonna
Yes.
happen until then, so I'm gonna submit it in, explain what it is and detail and what we're doing, and then when I know that, then I will inform you immediately,
Okay.
privately, so that we could set up how we wanna introduce this together. So what I'm gonna call for is possibly we can, after I find out, maybe we could set a time to all of us meet to make sure that we launch this correctly, how we wanna be presented to the community, before we advertise it on each one of our Facebooks. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I think that's required.
Okay,
I think that would be very smart.
so I thank you for coming, and,
Thank you.
we'll try and get some more action going, and if you talk to folks who are not Facebook friendly, you might wanna let them know that this is something we're working on, and see how they feel. You know a lot of artists that wanna be involved, and remember that we're trying to keep this strictly arts and crafts, because that's what we're about.
Right.
And arts and crafts come in various forms, so
Yeah, locally made goods.
that's it.
So you might even get Dan
Dan, have one?
Vandenberg might even bring
Oh, that would be
a
great.
table full of stuff.
Actually, I'm talking with him tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
and I will be talking, he hasn't been feeling too swell,
Oh,
so,
okay. Well, he is getting up there.
yeah, and he's asking me to do some promoting for him, so I'm gonna present this to him as well tomorrow, see how he likes it.
What does Dan do?
He does wood art.
He does like old barnwood art,
Yeah, various assorted
geese,
kind of.
bowls with
Butterflies.
rings, butterflies.
Yep.
He does a lot of good wood
All right, I'm
stuff.
gonna put the
Call
pieces
town
here,
signs,
'cause I don't
because
have
we
to-
are the call town one here.
Oh, I'll eat him.
Does anybody
You
know,
can have a couple.
I don't know if he
of
was local, but at the Gem and Rock show, there was a man who did silversmithing, who was older as well.
Leroy Johnston?
I don't know what his name was.
Does Leroy does?
Could you?
I'm not sure if it's him or someone, but I know he has all of the rocks and.
Right, Leroy has
you.
a lot of
You
rocks and jewelry.
Thank you for coming